people seem to be like you, like it's gonna be the last chance, I think, for Bethesda. All I want is for them to make a game that is truly an Elder Scrolls game, but not a clone of Skyrim. I don't want a reworked Skyrim. I don't want gimmicks either. Like, I want some real gameplay elements and roleplay. I want to be able to roleplay. But then again, the idea of role-playing is very different for so many people. If you take a game like Dragon Age, would you say it's a good role-playing experience for you? Yes, no, why? Argue. You're like a teacher again, giving you an essay title. But I'm really, really serious. Would you say that Dragon Age gives you a good role-playing experience? Or to what extent? In the meanwhile, Elder Scrolls 76... Hopefully not. Apparently, the original devs of Daggerfall are gonna make a spiritual successor. Could be fun. That could be really, really, really good. Really, really good. Outer Worlds starts. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't looked into it just yet, and I definitely don't want to get excited about anything. From experience, when you get too excited about a game or a film, not so much with books, I don't think. But when you get too excited about something, that's where you are more likely to get disappointed. So we'll just wait and see it happen. No NPC, and all the quests come from books and scrolls. I mean, what they try, I haven't tried Fallout 76. If the game is populated enough with players, why not? And I suppose the Fallout world sort of works. It's a wasteland. There's not too many people. It could have worked. I just want a first-person open world game that I can mod to hell. Is that too much to ask? The modding in Elder Scrolls 6 is one of the things I'm a little worried about, to be perfectly honest. Because already with Skyrim and Fallout 4... Bethesda is really, really trying to gain control of that aspect of the game. For a long time, modding is something that happened outside of their sphere or even interest, I think. I mean, maybe it was good for them because people would keep on playing a game that they're not actively developing anymore. But I think they've realized a couple of years ago the potential of modding. So creation club and things. I think with Elder Scrolls 6, they will be able from the beginning to decide how the modding is done, through which channel it goes. I don't think it's going to be a free modding scene like we've had even with Skyrim. They have the creators club, but you don't need it. Elder Scrolls 6, I'm not sure that they're just going to say, here's the construction set, or whatever they call it now. Here's the construction set, have at it, make mods, share them, make no profit. We make no profit either. We're just happy to see people use our game. I don't think it's gonna happen. Hopefully I'm wrong. I think Dragon Age series does good roleplay. They give better ones in a lot of ways than the Elder Scrolls. But also, they got rid of the slave braces that drain Magicka and Skyrim. I mean, it's a nice little touch, but the wizards could still... Oh, I missed something. Alright, let me first react to what Richard Gamer was saying. I've loved the Dragon Age games. Absolutely love them. And they do give you role-playing options. Even in Dragon Age 2, they actually show you the faces, like you're gonna smile, you're gonna be angry, you're gonna be funny, and that sort of things. And I enjoy that. But I cannot roleplay Dragon Age the same way I roleplay Morrowind. With Morrowind, I come up with all kinds of stories and reasons why this happened and why I do that, why this bug happened. Even the bugs and the crashes and the glitches, they come in the story. They can be woven into the story. Dragon Age is a role-playing game, and it's a good one. I like it. But you're still following a roadmap. You see, you have many branches. Fair enough, you have many branches, and they cross at sometimes, and blah blah blah, but you're still following the roadmap. So it's not an open RPG, can we say that? Yeah, I mean, if we have open world, I just coined an expression. It's an open RPG in the way that you're free to role play the way you want. But that's not going to happen. Like with Morrowind, we can do that. You read the dialogue, but you're free to answer. Oh, it's different. You don't have the voice acting. I don't know. Now, Meiji, you were saying, I'm going to have to scroll up a little bit. I was eating, so I couldn't type, but on the idea of levitate, they could have just used some weird cope out of an excuse and say the cities are warded for the protection of its citizens. Yeah, they could have done that. They really could have. But they also got rid of the slave braces. That's what you were saying. Okay. It's a nice little touch. I mean, I like the slave braces in Morrowind because it's a little immersion thing. They should probably have made it like much powerful to explain that someone cannot break out of them, and if they wanted to be more realistic, they should have different slave braces for different characters, I guess, or different something. I think that it's good that they're there, even though realistically the enchantment that's on them is not going to prevent anyone from breaking free. Just have to imagine a different enchantment on them, I guess. Silva, you're saying, I had that experience with Fallout 3. The anticipation ruined it, but I trust the dudes at Obsidian's. They've been killing it. Obsidian? Hang on. Obsidian is not Fallout. It's not Fallout. I haven't played Fallout 3. And it's clearly a different game than Fallout 1 and 2. I've played some Fallout 1. I was not looking forward to it, fortunately, so I can't tell. Though most people seem to agree that New Vegas is the better game in the series, in the modern series at the very least. You're very hesitant about Starbound, Elder Scrolls 6, and whatever, or Starfield. Yeah, the one they've tried to promote, like, it's a bit sad because everyone's like, oh, maybe they're gonna say something about the Elder Scrolls, and Instead, they try to be really, really hype about the other games they have, but that's not what people want to hear, is it? I don't know. I haven't even been looking at what sort of game it is. I don't know. Will Bethesda be willing to support the apparent massive demand for mods, adding unnaturally buxom female NPCs? I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't think... they've been trying to get in charge of the modding so that it can be monetized without money. Okay, it's not about money. You're not buying the mods, really. I think they've just realized the potential of mods, like the financial potential of mods. So I don't think they're gonna let that go. Hopefully I'm wrong. Dragon Age series is not as open, but I feel the choices are more impactful. As an example, in Oblivion you can join the Thieves Guild, Mages Guild, Dark Brotherhood with minimal impact. I do agree. You shouldn't be able to join all of them. That's why when with a character, I don't join every faction. I just pick a couple that make sense for the character. And I do like mods that restrict, like factions in Morrowind with mods are not going to accept me if my skills don't align with them. So I do agree it doesn't make sense that you can join absolutely everything. I mean, the idea of warded cells for levitate, that's where I was going with that. Sorry for being unclear. No, it's fine, Meiji. And I was, catching up with everything, so, Orc slave braces should have burden instead of drain magicka. Exactly, for an orc who can break free, like physically break free of their bonds, that's drain their magicka. It's like, sure, why not? And there's a mod that replaces the slave bracer drain magicka with damaged magicka, so it actually takes the magicka down to 0. That would make sense, but again, for a character whose strength relies not with magic, it's pretty pointless. Outer Worlds, Obsidian. Okay, all right. Obsidian made New Vegas, and I'm making Outer Worlds. Okay, clarified. Got that. Skink, you want a third setting, besides Fallout and ES for first-person RP, but I don't get my mod. Then don't bother. But that's because you're a mod addict, and I know the feeling. I don't know. I mean, there will be mods. There will be mods. They've been trying so hard to integrate mods. You know, when you launch Skyrim, what's the new version? ES. When you launch Skyrim, anyway, now you can get the mods from the game's UI. They're not going to drop the mods. I don't think they're gonna let people mod as freely as they wanted to. We'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. I honestly think they have such a great IP they could make if they really listened to what we wanted. Meiji, I so agree with you personally. If I was trying to make a new Elder Scrolls game, I would look at the modding scene of each game and see what people added, what mods people say yes you must have installed, because that's clearly what was missing in the game. Yeah, sure, the companions with humongous boobs and jiggly butts, it's a thing, but I don't think it's the most important thing. So just look at what people have been adding to the game. That's what has been missing in the game. Look at what people have been changing in the game. That's what you should rethink. I think it's fairly simple. Like you already have the market research. It's been done for you. It's just right there, I think. But let me finish what you were saying, Meiji. I, for one, would love a survival mode module attached so I can eat, drink, sleep. Yeah, that's one of the things. In every game, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, survival aspects have been added by mods, and many people consider these mods must have. Then they can make it optional. Even better. Now we have the MCP, and we love that. There's a reason. We love to be able to customize our experience. So ideally they would have lots of features, and then you can, have them on, off, partially on, off, so people can customize their experience with the game out of the box. But why would they do that when they can ship the game there and then have a restricted number of modders that are going to make these mods and then sell them? Could be wrong. Deus Ex is the best first-person RPG. I still have to play that, and I have eventually, after years, I do have, I think, most of the Deus Ex games. So I'm gonna kill this thing while I talk to you guys. Just, So it feels like I'm actually playing the game. I do want to play Deus Ex. It's definitely one of those games that I have. And again, I'd like to play the whole series. I definitely need that. Let's go with that. Yes. Wait for the charge to come back. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna lose an eye one day just waving that weapon in my... I skipped your message. Let me go back to you. I was up there. I heard about the spiritual successor to Daggerfall. I hope it's good. So do I. Can only hope. There's been a trend really where some games go back to the roots. They do old school games, but with modern graphics and UI and that sort of thing. So hopefully they'll find a way to blend that. If you look at Divinity Original Sin, I think they managed to recapture the old school feeling of the first Divinity games, but make them pretty, a solid overall playing experience with the skills and the customization that you want. So there is hope. I would also love to see Obsidian do the next Fallout series. I would wish Obsidian could do the next Elder Scrolls games. I don't think that's gonna happen. You don't have faith in Bethesda. Let's just give them, another go. Let's give them another go. I would literally have different modules as optional. Yes, that would be, you aren't going to please everyone with one modules. Absolutely. Like, that's what I was saying. Have the features. You can turn them on and off depending on how you want to play your game. If you want mostly an action game, then have extra features for combat with combos, or where you automatically do the best attack, like we had in Morrowind. In Morrowind, you could have, I think it's where is it, in preference, always use the best attack. It's totally doable, really. Also, while we are talking about mods, did you see the Morrowind port to Android by modders? Yes. Yes, it's been about around for a little while, using Open Morrowind, which is the beauty of Open Morrowind. It can be you can have forks to work on different platforms and different things. It's very exciting. Open Morrowind is quite surely the future of Morrowind, I think. Also, I've read that. Goodbye boredom while flying long car ride. Well, Meiji, even if I can play Morrowind on my phone, I will never be able to have all the mods that I have on my computer. So I don't think I would play Morrowind on my phone, honestly. But it's great that you can. It's absolutely amazing. Like, modders have done such great things for Morrowind with Open Morrowind, Tamriel Rebuilt, like all the massive landmass mods that we're getting. It's just gorgeous. Possibly other Gamebryo games might be supported in the future. That would be great. You had like 100 mods on your Skyrim. Retro Gamer, that's not modding to death. That is not modding to death. Especially with Skyrim, you can have easily, not easily. I mean, with Skyrim, if you know the tools to make everything work properly, 500 mods, especially when a lot of them are graphic improvements. You can have. I've seen 800. Because, there's one for the flowers and there's one for things. 4K garbage textures. Exactly, for example. Because the game was far too dumbed down for you. Aha. So I'm guessing you're like me, rather than have very impressive graphical improvements, you have gameplay improvements. That's typically what I prefer to have. For graphics, I'm gonna go with a pack or something, whatever, and then my mods are gonna be more heavily scripted to make the gameplay more interesting. I'm going to port my entire mod list over to Android just in case I travel. Do it, Meiji, and when you do that, then please do share so I can play a modded Morrowind while I'm traveling as well. I mean, you could have mods in Dropbox directory. I suppose you can. Or you mean Dropbox? I was thinking of Daggerphone. It's a different thing. I had some graphic mods for like having ducks in Skyrim. Also had better snowstorm. They are more impressive. Yeah, you do want some graphic improvements, but I also like the gameplay ones. All right, let's see what we can do with that. Go for this one, it lasts longer. Come. Here you go. And my heavy armor is improving. And there's another harpy. We've already killed one. And really, we're trying to go to Nizis, so let's not get too distracted by everything. How am I doing with soul gems? I can still get a number of petty... Oh, that's a waste. Oh, that's a waste, I think, but never mind. Could you imagine Morrowind Go? Oh. Is that ringing? Get up. Someone is ringing. Or is that the phone?
I think it's the doorbell.
You want to check?
Why? We're not expecting anything.
Okay, fair enough. We just moved in, so we're not used to the different sounds and what they are and what they could be. We'll see how it is. Morrowind Go. Got an AR, kill some Enwa and take their gear. That would be so much fun. Last week we tried a VR escape game, 2 of them actually, and I must say that was a lot of fun. Like, escape games are fun, but this one, it was what they call the free roaming experience. So we were three of us were playing, and we were in a room with, you know, obviously the gear and a little backpack with a computer in them, and we fought a dragon. Okay, that's just the very end. I'm giving you the short version, but we made potions, and that was so much fun. And then we fought a dragon, and it was just gorgeous. Like the dragon swooping down. That was so cool. Very, very cool.
Tell them about the cyberpunk one too.
The cyberpunk one, it was not so much fun. There was no dragon. The second one we tried, we didn't have a free roaming room, so you had the headset and the cables everywhere, and that was annoying. And to move in the game, you would, you know, point with the controller and whoops, teleport there. And that was so disorienting for me, because we were each in a separate room, and so I would say, oh, come over here, and I would hear them to my right, and there was no one to my right, because in the game they were to my left. It was just crazy. Also, we were a little tired then. We did not escape. We only completed 60% of the game. It was a failure, but we took no hint, and we were tired. Really tired. It was fun, but I must say the free roaming was a lot more fun. And dragons. Need I say more? I'm gonna cross the bridge now. Okay. We have a few enemies down there. I mean, we're not gonna seek them out. I'm sure we'll find, ouch, texture seams. I'm sure we'll find them, we'll find more enemies. Like a couple of cliff racers. Dodge, ouch. This one is blighted. I'm gonna try to soul trap this guy, but I'm not sure I'll be able to be perfectly honest. Oh crap, no more charges. Thank you, friend. Cliff Racer, Blighted Cliff Racer. Why did maybe the Blighted soul is smaller than the regular one. But yes, a nice Morrowind VR. My goodness, I would love that. I mean, we do have Skyrim VR. It's something. But if you're not truly walking, if you're not truly shouting, then what's the point? And I know with mods it's doable. Again, I mean, we're back to it. I mean, mods can have a perverse effect, because then the game dev says, don't worry about it. If they really want it, they'll make a mod. So it's almost like permission to not fully develop the game, to not, you know, make everything very detailed and very properly. So, if they really want it, they'll make a mod that they will buy from us. Win-win. So when do you think Daggerfall Unity is going to have 100% pretty sprites? I honestly think that if you look at the mods right now, most of the mods for Daggerfall Unity are graphical enhancements, and they're really quite pretty. So I don't think it's going to take too long, honestly. Then of course, I mean, it's up to you if you want to look the traditional pixely, big fat pixely look, or if you want to mod the graphics to get something as beautiful as possible. But I'm not sure I want to. Like, I've seen the mods and I go, oh wow, that's gorgeous. The bookshelves are gorgeous. But it's a bit like Skyrim. When I see people playing, not Skyrim, sorry, Minecraft. When I see people play Minecraft and they have those photorealistic textures and everything, and I go, but part of the charm of Minecraft is you have cubes. Like, it's not photorealistic, it's cubes, for crying out loud. So I'm a bit torn. Like, on the one hand, it's super gorgeous and pretty, and I want it because eye candy. And on the other hand, you know, I wonder if we're not losing something from the game. So it's like, what do we do? What do we do? I know what we do. We have 2 installs at least, so we can have, you know, the best of both. Chthonian, hi. Oh, you were playing Minecraft, right? I saw you. I saw I was hosting you in the morning. You play the game every day. Yes, I saw that. And you have the very pretty water, which I did not install. I was like, oh, it's pretty, I want it. And I was like, but if the water is too pretty, you know, it's all curvy and smooth, and it doesn't go with my angles and my blocks. I don't know. Your shader is very pretty. And I remember you were talking, it's a shader. You don't have a bunch of shaders. ENB for Minecraft is actually amazing. It is amazing. I mean, the things that those guys do. Prof, you were saying it's like one of Charm, Barry and Crash News broadcast. The truck was abandoned in the hope that modders would fix the engine. Yes, Charm is just so funny though. It's just so funny. Though I haven't seen this one, I'm sure I will. There are 2 kinds of gamers to me. The one obsessed with how pretty and the one obsessed with the gameplay. I think you can be obsessed with both. I love the eye candy. I love the eye candy, but at the same time, if a game is just eye candy, it's just not going to be enough. I like both, Retro Gamer. I like both. I do like beautiful pixel art, but then there are some games, especially if I haven't played them, you know, when they came out, and I look at them and I go, no, sorry, it's just ugly. I can't do it. I can't do it. And maybe I'm, you know, missing out on a great game. Who knows? Give me a second to alt tab, guys, because I always forget to do that. Alright, that's one. Meiji, you definitely want to check him out, playing Elder Scrolls games, very modded, very beautiful, and actually role-playing the games, doing permadeath. I don't know, your Oblivion, is it permadeath as well? I'm pretty sure it is. And we were talking about Charmed. I mean, it's not here, but still, still, if you enjoy some quality stream, beautifully done, very funny, also playing mostly Elder Scrolls games and role-playing, not exactly the same way, but still role-playing and very entertaining. So check both of them out. Definitely. Skink, you detest that. I care about details and I'm totally a filthy millennial. I think you can care about both. And while we talk about that, I'm gonna, you know, move towards my next cliff racer, I guess. I think you can have both. It's true that we've come to a point where you see a game. Oh, hello. You would see a game and it looks gorgeous. You're an actual NPC. It looks gorgeous, and game devs, especially with early access, all they work on, or what they concentrate on the most, is making the game look good, because that's what is going to make people buy their early access game, and then there's no much behind it. But yeah, I think it's just a trend. It just frustrates me when a millennial says he won't play an old game because of the graphics. You know what? It's their loss. It's completely their loss. I mean, I'm still pushing people to try and play Daggerfall. Not so much Arena, mind you. I've only done the tutorial, and I don't think Arena has much to offer compared to Daggerfall. But it's their loss. It really is their loss. There are games, like even games that I've played and I look at them and they just didn't age well at all. They would deserve a remake, possibly. You do care about graphics, just not enough to update your rig. You know, I mean, we could do it, but if I die to something unbalanced, I'm going to cry. Oh, for the permadeathing Oblivion. You know what? I can't permadeath Oblivion either. Like, combat and it's modded, I can't do it. I die so quick, like before I know what's happening. I mean, before you attempt permadeath, you need to be reasonably good at the game. In theory, I mean, I still die loads, so it's doable, I guess. I honestly think I could still play vanilla Morrowind and be happy, but it is still my favorite game, so that's the thing. Like, if you've played the game, no matter how objective you try to be, I don't think you can. I even argue that Citizen Kane is a classic, but it's old. It is. I haven't played that. I mean, I've seen the movie, but it's not the same thing. Arena has a better story, does it? I don't know, I haven't played it, and I haven't finished Daggerfall either because it's so huge. Like, you could spend thousands of hours just going from random dungeon to random dungeon and never finish the story. I hear the kiddies talking about, I really want to play Morrowind, but I can't get into it because of the look. Yeah, because it's clunky, because the combat is blah blah blah, because you have to read. But then there's so many of them that go, oh wow, you know, even though the game is, I think we just have to accept that not everyone is going to love even our favorite game. I resisted. No! I did not resist the blind effect, did I? I absolutely, oh crap. I absolutely adore that spell effect, the blind, because you have that purple cloud, so you're truly blinded. I love that, absolutely love that. And also from the same mod, I like the sound for the sound spell. You have that, so it's really not deafening, but you know, immersion. The diary is kind of bad, I hear in Morrowind. The journal, yes, the journal is not great. It's better once you have Tribunal, which now everybody has because you get the GOTY version. It is better in the way that now you can search by topics, and you can have the list of active quests as well, so it is a lot better. We do have some amazing mod solutions as well. I don't have it installed, but there's the Morrowind script extender journal search and edit, where you can actually modify the entries, you can add your own entries, and you can even add pictures. Pictures. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But yes, but they can never see the stuff that's so good about it. No, they're missing out. They're clearly missing out, but you can't force them, and you can't convince them if they're not willing to give it a go. It's sad for them, but it doesn't prevent me from enjoying the game, so there's that. I mean, at most I really do like, you know, when someone is playing Morrowind for the first time, and through them I can get that feeling. I can just about remember that feeling I had when I first played the game, you know, the feeling of being utterly lost and like, what the heck? The bulk? What? I can leave that through them. But if someone doesn't want to play the game or can't get into it, I can still enjoy it. So, you know, their loss. Let me catch up with you. There was someone asking about modding in the Discord who only had the original disc and didn't have Blood Moon. Wow, but you want... I mean, I'm gonna say that's still an exception, I think. People who get the game now, they get the GOTY version. Why would they? And most people, I mean, I don't have a CD drive anymore. I can't read CDs anymore. I honestly don't mind the journal, but yes, the ones that you add, edit stuff is crazy. I know, Svang did an amazing job with that. I also like his tooltip mod, but he hasn't released it yet. It's just crazy when you think about what our Morrowind can do, whether it's open Morrowind or with the script extender. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. 10 years ago, say, do you think I could do that? I said, no way, not happening. Forget about it. Just go with texture and armor to bright purple. It's been done. Okay, it's been done. I'm not making this up. It's terrible, but it's just a book of my actual Uninote. It's basically crayon scribble for your journal. So you make your own paper journal. Is that what you're saying, Meiji? Piano, good morning. Welcome back. How is the new place? Some good things, some bad things, let's say. But the good things is the coffee machine is installed. The good thing is we have a bed and it's nice and warm and comfy, and the wardrobe is very big, so all the clothes fit there without having to fold them. Little things. There's also a moth invasion in the kitchen, so we have to get rid of the lava every day, so that hopefully there's going to be nothing left. A little bit of everything. But I hope you're good, Piano. You play Minecraft. It's sad, but there's some dude more around my age that hang out. Talking about Morrowind, I saw you can buy the GOTY for $15 on Steam. Don't buy it for $15. Morrowind is quite regularly at 50% off. It's never been less than 50% off, and I know because I finally bought it. Wait for every time there's a sale on Steam, like a major sale, Morrowind is going to be on sale with 50%. So wait until then, I would say. And then if you look at other places that I don't really look at, you can find it, like legally find it on the cheap. It's still do it. I mean, it is worth, honestly, it is worth the $15, because when you buy a modern game and you get 10 hours of gameplay for it, and you've paid, you know, $20 for it, you go like, not great. Morrowind or Skyrim or Oblivion or Daggerfall, you pay $20 for it, and you've got hundreds upon hundreds of hours. So it is still a very cheap game, really. Meiji, no, it's as realistic as having a real book that you write in. That's how you create. Oh, right. You kind of. I see. I do love the idea of a paper journal for a while. The one feature that I miss in the journal is the ability to sort entries by location. Because, you know, you don't want to go back and forth all the time. You want to go to Balmora, and then there you want to turn in a couple of quests, grab a couple of items for another place, blah, blah, blah. So I had a paper journal, and I had my entries by cities or region and locations. I haven't done that in a while, though. You own like 3 copies of Morrowind and have so many years now. I only have one left. I got my CD somewhere. Because we moved, yeah. That's it. That's the only CD I have left. No, that and Diablo 2. I still have the box. That's all I've got. Unfortunately, I only have the CD left. So no map. I wish I still had the map. My fault. No game is worth 100% of its price. I guess by principle you don't buy something full price. It's not in the culture of the society anymore. You need to have a bargain, you need to have a deal, and then when there's a deal you have to buy it. That's the way it is. I hope I'm not skipping. I'm so sorry if I skipped some of your messages, guys. At least moth invasion aren't permanent, really? Because we got rid of the moth, we hoovered away some of the lava, and every day there's a few more, so hopefully they're gonna die out. Yeah, we'll see. Always wanted to be able to type my own entries. You can, Silver, you can. Go on the Nexus and you type journal search, or just journal, and you will see it's a MWSE search and edit journal, something like that. You can. I promise you can, and you can add your own pictures as well. It's just brilliant. Chthonian, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate it. And you've opened the subby tournament, which I'm going to alt tab for. Not bad. Thank you so much. Go ahead. If you're a sub or a VIP, so Skink, go for it. Go! Exclamation mark card. You can play as well, theoretically. Please do it so I can confirm it works for VIPs as well. Yes, yes, it does. Brilliant. Okay. Silver, do have a look on the journal. In fact, did I make? I think I made something about again. Yes. So every time you complain about having the bard, I make sure you get the bard for the next time. That's how it is. That's how it is. Okay, that is good. Oh yes, there was a giant thingy. What are you? You're still a harpy, but you're huge. Like seriously. I'm gonna go help my companion. Didn't have enough charges for it. You okay? Oh, she's great. I think maybe she's a little too strong. I might have to just get rid of her. She must be level 15 or 20, but 330 XP. Too good. There is a quick... Oh my god, Anthonian, there is a quick loot. Absolutely. But you play Open Morrowind. It's not been ported. I know that there's a couple, congratulations Piano, I know that there's a couple of Lua mods that have been ported because they're just so sexy that Open Morrowind could not pass, you know, these mods, weapon sheathing and graphic herbalism, but other than that, they're not ported to Open Morrowind. But Quick Loot, it's, oh my god, it's the sort of mod. I've never played Fallout, so I never tried it before. And now I'm like, cannot play without it. You distracted it for her so well though. Yeah, I know. It's like, I think I totally did my part. I wish I could heal myself, but yeah, too soon. And we got another harpy. I mean, you can see it's an older mod where it adds loads and loads of creatures, but really they're just retextures of vanilla creatures with way higher stats. That's Morrowind Advanced. Is it? I think Morrowind Advanced has or giants? Anyway, both of them are older creature mods, so they don't actually really, oh crap, no, I'm not ready. They don't actually add, you know, new creatures. No, yes, let's go with that. And I have no charges on that one. I don't have enough charges here to summon my great weapon. We're gonna go for the next best thing where we get a summon cuirass. We'll go with that. The next time I play, you're doing an original modded game. Oh, nice. So you'll have Lua mods for sure. I mean, I can't. I don't have all of them on this one. Just a few. Ashfall, I mean, it's my go-to survival mod. I recommend that one to everyone. That's my favorite. Bed buddies, it's a little things, okay? But absolutely necessary for me. Must have. This might have been glow in the dark. Hasn't it been ported to Open Morrowind as well? Or maybe it doesn't need it. Maybe it doesn't. It already has that. That's the one. Journal, search, and edit. Let me re-enable it. Like, you almost want to cry. You know, when we tested that about a year and a half ago, it was during the May Modathon, so not this year but the year before, and that's when Null Cascade had the beta version of the new script extender, the nightly build, and the first few mods, and it was just like a handle, and I was like, I want this to be completely full, and now it is. That's not my main install, so it doesn't have everything. Quick loot is there. Quick loadout. I mean, quick loadout. Seriously. That's Murlord. I'm gonna kill this lady. I'm gonna try to. And then I'll show you quick loadout, because it's just so gorgeous. My goodness. It's crazy, the stuff they do. And now, with a couple of Lua mods, you can have a truly, absolutely random character generation, where your race, your name, your gender, your class, your birth sign, your face, your hair, your starting location, possibly the guild you belong to, as well as your background, all of that completely, truly random. Just for permadeath, yeah, We only created one true. Oh, also the skills are random. So you start. Sure, you have a class that's selected, so your major and minor skills are selected, but their value is also randomized, and it gives the weirdest characters ever. But obviously they're the most interesting because you have to. No, if you want to, you can say, oh, I'm a smith, but my armorer is 5, and so you're gonna go and invent a reason why, even though you're a smith by trade, you can't smith, to save your life or whatever. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's great. Definitely great. So a mod that can put the old journal enchanted. Skink, you didn't know about it. Okay, let me kill this guy because I've reactivated the journal, so you'll see what it is. Neb, hi. I'm doing good, thank you. Just getting really excited talking about mods. What else is new, right? Kill this harpy. Kill this harpy. Okay. I'm gonna try to distract her a little bit. Big hit on the head. Not my head. No, not my head. Here we go. All right. Okay. Quick save. Journal. So these are the entries. I can search the entries, but the best part is let me remember. Ooh. I don't know. These are pictures that I saw in books. So I read a book about smithing. I read a book about a mud crab, and there were a couple of pictures. And so now I can choose to add them to my journal. So just that, already pretty cool. In person. Ew! No, don't crash. I'm sorry, I haven't updated the mod in forever. It's an old version. And now I did make my game crash. But I promise you the mod is amazing and it works. It's just that's the older version that when I was testing it. But you get the idea. Let me restart that, shall we? Bummer. Okay. I would need to update it. I was using the Rebirth install to test it while Sven was developing it. I just wanted to, you've seen mostly before I broke it. What about you, Neb? How have you been? I know about it. When I say that my Oblivion rarely crashes, it will crash in 15 seconds and everyone laughs at me. Yeah, that. It's just, the game playing with you, making you a liar. It's very annoying. It's a good thing I did save just before. Continue, please. Continue is a nice, it's a tiny little thing, but it's nice. Twitch uses different emote depending on if you type or pick it out. I don't know, Skink. I know that in your options you can choose whether you want to use the robotic emote or the monkey emote or maybe some other type of emote for the basic ones. Other than that, I don't know. I like that one, Meiji. It's very much like my character, isn't it? Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you with a quick loadout. That's my combat outfit. That's my city outfit. I have, when it's too hot. I don't have one for cold though. And that's my fighting outfit, which I need to update. Shift 1. There we go. So I can go when I'm in the city, I press 2. Here I am. Combat, I press 1. Here I am. And by the way, speaking of combat, I believe we have one going on. Please don't make me sick. It's a weird blood. It's like sparks. The blight is a weird disease. It makes your blood all sparkly and metallic in appearance. And why not? Swig around, reckless abandon. Oh crap, is it another one? Oh yes. I don't even have Magicka to soul trap those, but never mind. It is amazing that Merlord has given us, like, I mean, between Merlord, Greatness, Remiros, Rit, I just have so many amazing things. Honestly, the Morrowind we play these days has, I don't know, like really 2 years ago, make it 5 years ago, you would have never thought possible the mods that we have. So of course I'm super excited about mods. We just have the craziest thing happening. And then you have mods like Tamriel rebuilt that, you know, from a scripting point of view are not, you know, amazing, but they still add so much to the game because so much to explore and blah blah blah. So between, you know, the coding, come down. That's right. Between the coding and the good old classic modding, we have gorgeous things. I mean, all the Beyond Skyrim and Tamriel rebuild and Project Tamriel. We're going to be playing that game forever. And then Open Morrowind, that means it can be ported to any other OS. Because one day it's not going to work on Windows. I mean, let's face it. Yo, Cliffy, make up your mind, buddy. You want to fight? I want to fight. You want me to use my good old rings? I haven't used them in a while, so let's do this. Have some of that. Some of that. Oh, you've decided to come closer, have you? Did you see that? That cliff racer right above it just screed at the other cliff racer. I'm gonna cut you the same deal as your cousin. I don't know. You can die like that, miserably poisoned while flapping your wings. You can come and fight me like a true cliff racer. Too late. I did give him a chance. Like everyone just got better. Yeah. Meanwhile, I haven't had time to mod in forever. I know, and you know that there's the time. Clearly, you do need time to mod, but you also need the drive, the inspiration, and it's definitely the sort of thing that you can't force yourself to do. But then, Castonian, October is almost upon us, and in October we have the Morrowind modding madness. So that could be just, you know, the little incentive that you need. Just find a couple of people to work with and take part in the modding madness. It is truly madness, to be perfectly honest, but it's so much fun. And you know, one of the difficult things about modding is if you want to, you have a vision of a mod, but you might not be able to do absolutely everything. I think you create your own models. I remember that. You create your own models. You did make, but for me, at the very least, bare bones scripting, and that's only putting together bits of scripts that I understand. So modeling, I can't make model. I can stretch something, sure. I can reassign a new texture, yes, why not? I can glue parts to make a seemingly, I can, you know, kit bash. But when you do the modding madness with other people, then you know you're with someone who can make texture, you're with someone who love building interiors, you're someone who can write, and all of a sudden you can make mods that you wouldn't make on your own. It's great. I love homes. That's why I started, just making homes. Love it. Oddly enough, I've never released a mod. Oh yes, I did. I do have a tiny little cabin. It's just one room. But yeah. House mods can really get out of the way. I remember the one you were using in your game with the display for the cards. That's just so cute. Do I want to fight these people? I am nearly dead. I have no magicka, which we can probably solve. Though my magicka is not going to help me in a fight. I've only used it for, you know, soul trapping. Speaking of, we want to make sure I am fighting. Says who? Says who? We're not fighting right now. I mean, if something is fighting me, just come. Come and punch me in the face. Tell me where you are. Didn't think so. That was your first mod. So much I put the mini bookcase just to display the cards. I remember. And Gripples, welcome back, Gripples. It's so funny. Now because it says subscribe, we get the little script picture. How are you doing, Gripples? How have you been? I know you've been super busy with Alien Isolation. And once again, we get to play card. Skink, try. Maybe you're not gonna have the bard. Just give it a go. There you go. There you go. What's new with you, Gripples? Have you been able to get some sleep and rest? That. Oh, Meiji, wow, nice, with your barbarian. Proper class at last, yeah, but not proper score. And it's like, knowing you, I think you'd rather have an acrobat with 3 than a bard with 10. Maybe. You'll tell me if I'm wrong. As for me, I don't want to go and fight these guys. We are slowly, and not quite properly, trying to go to Nizis because we're not allowed to fast travel. And I know normally I go over the mountain, but this time I didn't. Acrobats are even worse. I'm sorry, Skink. I promise you it's not on purpose. You're doing good, Gripples, and yeah, Alien Isolation. I've been trying deathless attempts on nightmare difficulty. It's rough. I mean, you have so much skill for sure and patience when you play your games. Like, yes, it's always very impressive. And the patience, my goodness. Like, I mean, of course I do die often in Morrowind, but between the death, there's chatting, you know, I can forget about the previous death before there's another one. But when you play such challenging games as you do, and you add some challenge to them, I don't know how you don't rage quit.